Hi guys, welcome back to another video. It's the one I've been looking for to the most. It's a tin of New York Rangers Centennial cards from Upper Deck. 15 packs, 9 cards per pack. And of course, the tin I'm keeping 100%. So there we go. So why don't we find out what cards we're getting? 2 autographs could be in this tin. Plenty of legends that have retired, plenty of current Rangers players, and some that play for other teams at the moment in time. So, shall we just put it back there again? Look at that. What a load of packs there. But you know, mate, we'll just... Oh, yes, I keep forgetting this bit. Let's get it out. There we go. Right. I'll take the plastic insert out after this video because what's the point of me having it? And of course, there's base cards just like a different box that we had before. So, Captain JT Miller. Stanley Cup champion, sadly with the Carolina Hurricanes, Keandre Miller, no relation. Elias Anderson, I don't get why he's in this set. Didn't really set the world alight in the Rangers. Stanley Cup champion, 1994, Adam Graves. Legend, Henrik the King Lundqvist, Swedish national goalkeeper. Of course, Captain Marvel himself, Mr. Mark Messier, 6-time Stanley Cup champion, also captain for the 1994 Stanley Cup winning team. And we have Glenn Anderson, and that is a 34th Street parallel card. Glenn Anderson was a right winger as well. We got Riju Ruostalainen, played for the Rangers during the 80s, from Finland. Kevin Hayes did play for us as well. So let's see what we get in the next pack. We have Pete Stemkowski. I think that's pronounced it. He's from the player from the 70s. James Patrick, former captain before Mark Messier came along. Henrik Lundqvist, and this is a team record holders card. So different photos to the last one you just saw of him. We have a captain's card of Bob Nevin. He was captain during the 60s as well. Gilles Villemur. Hope I'm pronouncing that right. And this one is numbered 1 of 1926. And it is a True to the Blue card, which has a different logo to the back. We have a line-up of Carl Hagelin, who's retired, Derek Stepan, who I can't remember if he has retired, he might have done, and Rick Nash, who's also retired, but that's due to injury. Same with Carl Hagelin. It's a line-up card, so have a look at that at your leisure. We have Brian Mullen, a player from the late 80s, early 90s. Darius Kasparaitis, founder of the hang your stick in the air thing. And Nick Foitu, don't know if that's pronounced correctly, he was a player in 2 spells during the 70s and the 80s. So, let's keep going, shall we? We have Sandy McCarthy, player in the early 2000s for us. We have Jeff Bookaboom, a Stanley Cup winner as well from 1994, even though he won some Stanley Cups with the Edmonton Oilers, with, of course, Wayne Gretzky and Mark Messier. Brian Leach, Stanley Cup champion in 1994 as well. Deep in the heart of Texas, he comes from. And award winners of Mark Messier. Of course, he won a few trophies back in the day. won the 1992 Ted Lindsay Award in his time at the Rangers as well. Pavel Bure didn't win the Stanley Cup, but we beat him in the 1994 Stanley Cup when he was playing for the Canucks of Vancouver. But he was a Hockey Hall of Famer in 2012. Brendan Shanahan, also a Hockey Hall of Famer, in 2013. He also won with the Detroit Red Wings, I believe. Hey, hey, hey card, and it is of Lias Andersson. I'm just going to move on if I keep seeing him. Vimur again, this time a standard card. And Rick Nash, one of my favourite players for the Rangers in the last 20 years. We're going to keep going. I'm going to try and pick up the face a little bit. Rod Gilbert, rest in peace, one of our most valuable players of all time, and the first Ranger player to get his number retired, I think, unless I'm very much mistaken again. Steve Valiquette, goalie from the early 2000s when he was reliable, and we had Lundqvist as an understudy. Chris Kreider, now playing on the Anaheim Ducks, the other git face I don't like anymore. That's another Mark Messier card, captain's card. Moving on, we have Mikhail Rosevile. I'm not sure if that's pronounced correctly. One of 1926 cards is from Czech Republic. We got a Hey 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 card of Chris Kreider. No numbering there. Chris King, player from the 90s. And the late 80s, just. Kevin Lowe, player from the 80s as well, from the early 90s as well, Stanley Cup winner. Artemi Panarin, that is incorrect because now he's on the LA Kings, as he was traded there during this season. Because basically was fed up with him not turning up in the playoffs. Well, not literally, of course, he was there, just didn't play well. Kevin Weeks, goal in the mid-2000s that we had as well as Lundqvist. Speaking of Mr. Lundqvist. Retired numbers, of course. Number 30 is his number. He was retired after he had to give up his hockey career with a heart condition, which was fixed, thankfully. Award winners of Anders Hedberg from Sweden, of course. Here we go. Whoa. First signature card, Broadway Bruisers of Brad Park. Now that is great. So we're going to pop him just at the back there. We have, once again, another Rick Nash card. It's a True to the Blue card. Then we've got Darren Turcott, 34th Street card. No numbering for that one, so I'll move on. Just another insert. We've got Michelle Roosevelt again, just the standard one, and current young man Will Cooley, who I've got the number of his on one of my jerseys, which would be my 2026 Winter Classic one. Anyway, Ryan McDonough played for the Rangers, then went to Tampa Bay and won a Stanley Cup. Rempire State of Mind, Matt Rempe can drop the gloves as he feels like it. There's Carl Hagelin in the alternate jersey I've got. Terry Sawchuk, yes, he played for us. Hall of Famer, of course. There we go, Brian Leach winning an award there. And that would be the Norris Trophy of 1992. Jacques Plante, yes, more known for the Montreal Canadiens, but he actually did play for the New York Rangers. And that is, of course, a True to the Blue, but not numbered. Daniel Girardi, Broadway Bruisers. Number 5, of course, well known at one point using number 5. Brian Boyle, another player for us during the 2000s and early 2010s. Sergei Zubov, another Stanley Cup winner of 1994. I'm going to have to pick up the pace again. Harry Howell, number 3. Had his number retired. He only passed away not too recently. Anders Hedberg. Brian Leach, he was a captain at one point after Mark Messier departed to Vancouver. Of course, Mark Messier, Hall of Famer. Well, there's no doubt, was there? We got Edgar Lepard. Not sure if that's his actual name given, so I do apologise. True to the blue of him. He was a player during the 1940s after the Second World War for the Rangers. We've got Mike Rogers, 34th Street card. Played for us in the 80s, I think, as well. Yeah, the 80s, definitely. John Davidson, the only man I can think of who's wore 00 in his career for the Rangers. Jean Rittel, one of the best players the Rangers have ever seen, despite not winning a Stanley Cup in the 70s and late 60s for us. Glenn Anderson, another player for us during the 90s, and we won a Stanley Cup with us as well. Right, so I'm going to have to hurry this up a bit because I'll just move this out. I'm just going to go for it now as fast as possible. So if I know the player, then I won't dwell on them. Okay. Alexis Lafreniere currently plays for us. For how much longer? Sean Avery, nutcase, that's all I've got to say. A Harry Howell captain's card. No numbering there. Eric Lindros did spend a bit of time with us before he gave up playing hockey. Hall of Fame, of course. And we have a Bill Cook card out of 66 out of 94. Cup celebration. He did win one in the early days of the Rangers franchise, 1929, I think, or 28. I forget which years they are these days. Hey, hey, hey of Brian Noonan. Yeah, also played with us as well, Stanley Cup. Bruce Driver, back in the olden days, after the Stanley Cup win, he played for us during 95 to 98, as it said. Eric Lindros in the other 2000s for us. And then we've got Steve Lama in the another Stanley Cup winner for us as well in the 90s. Right, let's keep it going, shall we? Tony Granato, another player from the late 80s and into 1990. Andy Bathgate, one of our legends again from the 60s and late 50s. Brendan Shanahan, Hall of Fame. Mark Messier, retired number 11, of course. Rooster Linen, this is the True to Blue card, one of 1926 cards. A Ryan Callan 34th Street card. Tom Laidlaw from the 1980s. During the 80s, he was playing for us. Guy Lafleur, a brief flirtation with us for about a season before he ended up retiring after a stint at the Quebec Nordiques as well. Pat LaFontaine, LaFontaine, as Rick Jenneret, the former and late broadcaster of the Buffalo Sabres, used to shout that, obviously, when he scored a goal. Yes, rest in peace to Rick, of course, but Pat is still very much alive. And unfortunately, he ended his career with us due to an injury. Igor, our current goalie, Igor Shesterkin. I'll keep moving those away. Adam Graves actually playing a game in that one. Brady Shea, a reject. Jacques Plante, Hall of Fame, of course. Another rewarding of Mark Messier. A Harry Howell, blue light, True to the Blue. No numbering on that one. We've got a line-up of John Oderick, Ogrodrick, I can't pronounce it, Kelly Kiso, and Brian Mullen. There we go, Brad Park. And Marcel Dion, who's more known for playing for the LA Kings back in the day. So we're going to have to pick up more pace now, because I haven't got very long. Right. Okay. Matthew Barnaby, played for us in the 2000s. Dean Prentice, played for us during the 50s and 60s. Brandon Dubinsky. If you see a Dubinsky jersey, someone just buy it because it's going to be cheaper. No joke. Edgar Leprade, retired number. Ron Dreschner, another legend, team record holder as well. Kevin Hayes, blue, True to the Blue. John Van Beesbrook, 34th Street, played for the Florida Panthers at one point. There we go, Mike Richter, 94 Stanley Cup champion, of course. Ryan Callahan, another Rangers player that I used to watch a lot of. Right, let's keep going. Vic Hadfield, another legend, retired number for him. Darren Langdon, another player during the 94 to 2000. Derek Stepan, player in the 2010s. Jean Rattel, award winners. They won the Ted Lindsay Award in 1972. Pat LaFontaine, Hall of Famer. Chris King, True to the Blue, 89 to 93, so we traded him off, didn't we, I think. Ryan Strome, Hey Hey Hey, one of my favourites, but he's no longer with the organisation. Dan Girardi, once again. And Nick Caprides, player during the 90s and won the Stanley Cup with us as well. Right then. Okay, Bernie Geoffrion, only player for just a handful of months, realistically, in the 66-67. Mark Messier, base card this time. Phil Esposito, Hall of Famer. He's played for us, of course, for a while. Mike Richter, retired number 35, of course. And we have another signature card, and it's Matthew Barnaby, Go Rangers, Broadway Blue signatures. So that is brilliant. So we're going to pop that just in front of Brad Park. Moving on. Eric Lindros, Hall of Fame card, True to the Blue one. Broadway Bruisers of Brandon Proust. Mike Gartner, played for us until 1994 from 89. And Eddie Jackiman, who passed away not too long ago. Obviously another Hall of Famer, realistically, in our organisation with the Rangers. Right, penultimate pack. Bill Cook, another player from the early days of the Rangers organisation, winning the Stanley Cup. Mika Zibanejad, current player for us, and Swedish legend. Luke Robitaille, played for the LA Kings as well as us at one point during the mid-90s. Brad Park, he was a captain as well. With a True to the Blue, Will Cooley card. 34th Street, Henrik Lundqvist card. Brad Richards, I share a birthday with him, but he's older. Derek Brassard, player also from the 2010s. Braden Schneider, current defenseman for us. Final pack coming up. Can we get a last pack mojo with something really good in there? Let's see. Ulf Samuelsson, player from the 80s. Sorry, the 90s, I should say. Sorry, I'm confusing with someone else. Ron Dreschner again. Igor Shesterkin, award winner. Obviously getting the Vezina. Rod Gilbert, another record holder. He's got so many records, it's unreal. And we have another signature card, Steve Lama, 34th Street card. We'll put that there. True to the Blue, Mark Messier card. Artemi Panarin, Hey Hey Hey. Kelly Kiso, base. Cam Talbot to finish. Let's go Rangers. Have a good day. Free signature cards.